Hello, everyone. I am so excited for this Beltane battle cry. We are calling in Mayday, and it truly is a Mayday, Mayday for our soul. And we're calling ourselves back into our soul. This whole 2027 evolution, this whole new paradigm that we are building starts with us first. And that means we need to come together so that we can create the next level, the new earth, the new paradigm, whatever it is that you want to call it, whatever you vibe with, right? So I had somebody ask, well, Beltane is all about connecting to your creativity and connecting to your sacral. But what if I'm a projector? And there's this misconception that if we are a projector or a manifestor or a reflector, right, a non sacral, which is 30% of the population, how do we connect to our own sacral? How do we connect to our own inner fire? And I struggled with this for many, many years because I practice Qigong, and Qigong is all about connecting to your life force energy, connecting to your Qi, and your sacral is the place that your life force is contained, right? And so we have this misconception that as a non-sacral, that we don't have energy connected to our sacral. And that's not true. That is not true. We're taught that we take in other people's sacral energy. Absolutely true. We amplify it out. Absolutely true. But I'm here to be the first one to tell you, probably, if you never heard this before, you can connect to universal life force energy. And that's why I really love practicing energy medicine. I practice Qigong and yoga and my four M's, which we're going to talk about today, to really tap into the universal flow, to tap into source energy, and to use that source energy in your own body and allow it to fuel you, right? So you're fueling you from yourself. You're fueling you from source. You are working with source and you are amplifying that energy, right? And that is the energy that is always available, that is always abundant, but also being mindful that we're not here to hold it for a long time. We're here to, like manna from the sky, call it in when we need it, use it as, energetic beings that we are, and then be able to release it when it is time. So I'm curious for anybody that is a projector, a non sacral, how does that feel to you in the way that you've always been taught about being a projector and a non sacral versus how I'm sharing it, where you're always tapped in when you're tapped into universal source? We're going to do that today. We are going to move our body. We're going to move into the four M's, which I love to start my day and help other people start their day in the four M's. And the four M's literally is mantra, meditation, movement, and music. And uh, okay, Gina says I don't think I heard the whole question. So I'm gonna get back into that question about how to tap into our sacral. In fact, I'll probably be talking about that as we're moving through the Qigong today. So I hope that that supports you. But as I was saying, the four M's is the way that we can tap into our own energy and our own source instead of waking up and seeing what everyone else is doing and comparing ourselves. So when we tap into our own energy first, then we can create from that rather than, reflecting or deflecting from everyone else. So, this isn't just a sit back and relax call. We are actually going to get up and move. So, kick your chair to the side. And I'm going to play some music and I want to please let me know if you can hear it. I haven't perfected the whole music thing yet, but I am definitely working that. And Gina says she's having internet issues. Totally, totally fine. I'm going to have this on replay so you can watch it later if that suits you. But I'm going to play some music and just let me know if you can hear it. My body, water, my blood, and my breath and fire, my spirit. You can hear it. Okay, move your chair away. Let's move. Air, my breath and fire, my spirit, my body, water, my blood. First of all, I love how we're all dressed up. If you're dressed up today, I'm celebrating you. I'm celebrating the fact that you've dressed up as your own version of a goddess, and I love that so much. Okay, so first, let's just move. And we're just going to shake our body. And the reason why we shake our body is to shake away all the energy in our body and in our energy field. So arms, hips, shoulders, shake it out. And breathe. Shake away your day, shake away the night, shake away any thoughts that you might be having that wasn't fulfilling you. Hold you close, watch you grow under the sun. My sweetness, ancient blood is new. In your eyes, in your smile, everything you do. One more time. My body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit, earth. My body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit, earth. My body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit. Okay. So, when we're doing energy work, the first thing that we want to do is we want to purge, right? We want to purge all the energy that isn't suiting us, that isn't fulfilling us, that doesn't feel good, or that's not even ours, right? Whether you are a non-energetic being or a generator or a manifesting generator, we all need to disperse any energy that is no longer ours and no longer serving us. So the first one, of course, is the shaking, which we did. So shaking our arms, our legs, our hips, and our shoulders, right? Getting all that energy out. Another really great way to purge is through breath. And so I'm going to show you this really easy and fun exercise. If you have high blood pressure, I want you to take it a little bit easier. If you don't, you can go as hard as you want. But this movement that we're doing is actually a medical Qigong movement, and it's meant to clear our lungs. And our lungs is where we hold a lot of sadness, a lot of grief. So I'm going to show you the movement, and then you can follow along. So you're going to lift your arms all the way up, stretching nice and wide. Breathe in, and then let it out. So if you have high blood pressure, you're just going to slowly, right? Just let it out. You're not going to put your head down. You're going to reach up on your toes if you can, get that balance, and then out. So let's just do that. Really knocking your heels, and that really grounds you. And slow down. And then come to center and just feel your body. You might start feeling qi moving through your body already. You might feel some tingling in your arms, in your legs, or be breathless. This is all, opportunities for us to learn about our energy and ourselves. So Just feel into your body for a moment. Feel if there's any tingling, if you feel grounded, just let it be. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up our sacral energy. Our life force energy, a lot of it, our prenatal key, is in our kidneys. And so we're gonna move our legs just a little bit wider, and we're gonna swing from side to side, banging on what they call the door of life. And this opens up your hips, your waist, waking up your kidneys, and waking up your sacral center, whether it's defined or not defined. Big smile on your face, and just open that up. And some nice deep breaths in, just opening up the door of life. Then we're gonna come up, we're gonna start opening right underneath our collarbone. It's another kidney point, but this actually helps our immune system. So just giving that a little tap and opening up a little bit further into your thoracic or your mid-back. Once again, a big smile on your face. And then last, if you can reach those traps where the energy traps on our shoulders. And just give your shoulder a little bit of a tap. We're gonna tap a little bit into that. There we go. Bring it back to the chest. And then the door of life. And slow it down like water waves. So when you do a yawn movement, you balance it out with a yin movement. You balance it out with flow instead of force. And this creates balance and harmony in your body. So for the last kind of purging and invigorating, we're going to do some tapping. And so the first place we're going to tap, which is why I'm not wearing a mic, is our chest. So we're going to tap up and down our chest. And this is really opening up and waking up your heart center. This is once again really good for your immunity. This is why when weightlifters are lifting, they tend to tap, tap, sink, right? Because they're opening up that channel. Then we're going to tap into our collarbone once again and the inside of our arm. And we're just waking up the meridian system, the yin and the yang of the pericardium. So just tap all the way down. We're saying good morning or good evening to our body. Tap the shoulder where a lot of our stress is held, our burdens. Give it a good squeeze and let it go. Now let's tap into the other side of our body. Once again, tapping into our shoulder, down our arm. And you can do this every morning. Every morning. It could be very, very quick. Just tapping into your energy. That shoulder there, where you hold a lot of tension. Give it a good squeeze and let it go. Now we're going to tap into under our armpits, where we actually have a lot of lymph energy there. And it can get trapped, especially for women that wear bras. And you can always test your adrenals, actually, by the way this feels. So if you get pain in your arms there, that could be a sign that you're exhausted and your adrenals are exhausted. So we're just going to give it a little tap there, tap down. I'm on the right side, so my liver. And down. All right, moving that energy. Come to the next side. Ooh. We're going to tap our left side down to our spleen, that earth energy, and then across. Bring that. Okay? So just give ourselves one more time that little bit of energy boost. If that feels good to you, not if it's painful. Be very mindful. There's times when it's painful for me and I just, lovingly give it a little bit of movement, but not too much. So opening that up. Then we're gonna, once again, go to our kidneys. So if you have sore shoulders, it's totally okay to use the back of your knuckles or to just rub it. Okay, so whatever feels good to you, but let's wake up our kidney energy, right? Our life force energy, our primordial energy, the back of the door of life. Okay, and then we're gonna open up our sacral. So we're just gonna tap, 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 tap on the sacral, waking it up. And once again, we're connecting to our energy. We're going to be connecting to the universal energy, and so it can fill us up. Okay? So once we've tapped this, we're going to start tapping into the bottom, right? So we're going to tap our back once again, spread our legs a little bit. We're going to tap down the backs of our legs. And then around our feet if we can, and then the inside. And then our hip joints here, give it a little bit of extra love. A, because we sit way too much. We all have tight hip flexors. And so this will really help move some of that energy. And our womb space, right? We want to make room for that. We don't want all that trapped energy there. So give it a little bit of love. We're going to go down again, this time the sides of the legs. Open it up again. Inside of our legs. Give our hip flexor a little bit of love again. And one more time, all the way down. All the way past our ankles, our toes, and coming up again. So we've opened up all the meridian channels in our body so that we can allow the universal energy to flow through us. So the last part I'm going to share with you is a little flow that I absolutely love. I call it the humble heart. And this flow has many different meanings and messages, honestly, depending on what I'm feeling. But what this flow is, I'm going to show you, and then you can follow along with me. But what we're doing is called the humble heart. And you may start with your hands on your shoulders, and you're kind of down here. So you're going to open up like a butterfly, deep breath in, and then you're going to push out. And you're pushing out your excuses. You're pushing out all the reasons why not. You're pushing everything out that no longer serves you, right? You're pushing that out. Then you're going to bring your arms up as if you're receiving from the universe. Deep breath in. And then you're crossing your arms over your heart, your humble heart, as you bow in, right? So this is in, out, in, out. And one thing that I really love to do is Ho'oponopono with this, because this is a way for us to clear the energy and to start again. So we're going to do a couple rounds of that. Okay, so we're going to start with I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and then I love you. Again, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So you're bringing up, so when you're bringing up old energy from the root, you're pushing it all away from your heart. You're opening up to your next level, your next version, your next download, with a big smile on your face. And then you're receiving it. You are crossing your arms in protection, one hand on each shoulder, and you're coming down again. Back down, and you might feel your low back, you might feel your legs, but really opening up, clearing any of the old energy. and do a few rounds on your own. And this way, you're letting go of what no longer serves you, and you're creating space for something new. And you're allowing that life force energy to move through you. You keep going around, one more round, and then we're going to center the energy, right? We want to bring that energy back into our sacral so that we can use it, we can recycle it, we can be lit up by it. So you're going to have two hands. You're going to hold your tummy first, hold your sacral first, and just acknowledge whether you are a projector, a reflector, a manifestor, a generator, or a manifesting generator, that you have sacral. And so connect to it. Feel, do you feel a pulse? Do you feel any movement? Do you see a color? Do you have any sensations? Do you have any memories that come up? Really honor and listen, not with just, our five senses, but any other messages, your intuition that wants to come through. So just take a moment, just listen to her. And then last, we're gonna center. So we're gonna take one arm all the way around and then bring it down our center. And we're gonna do the next. And hands on your sacral, once again, hands on your center. Bring your feet together and just allow yourself to sway like bamboo in the wind, however the energy wants to take you, whether it's stillness or whether you can feel that energy moving through your body. This is the Qigong version of Shavasana. Just allowing the energy to move however it feels to move. Okay. How was that? Please let me know in the chat if you are able to follow along, if you feel a little bit more centered in your own energy. As you can see, I'm glistening. It's a little bit humid here today. But let me know in the chat, or I would love if you popped out so that you can share as well.
I'll always share.
Yes, I would love for you to share, Gina.
It felt nice and very I don't know how to say it, like calming. Like it just helped me feel calm. But of course, you know that I've already been up this morning and doing a lot of um work with energy and stuff like that. So I might have been coming at it from a little bit of a different place because I'd already gone through my own stuff, but I like how it for me it feels very flowy and I like that feeling. And then for the sacral, my sacral is fired up today anyway. So yeah, but definitely I can feel that energy for sure.
Thank you so much, Gina. Thank you first for being here. I appreciate all of you guys that are here today. And thank you for always being the first to share. Carol, would you like to pop up? Now, Carol's from France, and so it's 7 p.m. her time. So I'd love to hear how she experienced it, in the evening rather than the day. And Carol says, it was awesome. I yawned a lot, so I know the energy was flowing. Thank you. I love that. First of all, I love your awareness, knowing that when you yawn, that is energy flowing and moving. And so that's great intuition and great awareness. I can always tell when we're working with energy because we tend to yawn a lot. And Carol, I believe that you said that you were a projector as well. She says, sorry, I'm at my mom's place in the countryside and the signal is weak. You know what? I'm just so happy that you're sharing space with us today. And like I said, if you have to pop out at any time or, it's not working out, you can always listen to the replay, and I'm going to be sure to make that replay available to you. Haley is our man gen. She is a manifest, or no, sorry, she's a generator. I always think she's a manifesting generator because she has um, 8 centers defined except for her throat. So, as a generator, Haley, how did you feel that today?
Um, it was good. I wanna kind of echo what you introduced us with, which was more of like a flow. And I love when you said floor, like flow rather than force, because that's the what came to mind for me was that I feel like I'm like forcing myself sometimes to do these things, and I think I'm being so mindful, and I'm really not. So like you a lot of the time when I'm trying to say like affirmations in my head, like sometimes like I feel like I'm like faking it, like I don't believe it myself. And actually going through the motions and like pairing it with my breath and pairing it with like those gentle movements that you were doing, I feel like I actually believed it this time, or like I actually was able to align and calm down. Like I didn't realize that I might have been doing it a bit superficially before. And I noticed that um I obviously don't pay attention to my sacral because like I just was like, oh, this is a whole new world. And I realized like like it was kind of hard and there was some tension and anxiousness that made me like have to focus on my breathing and stuff throughout. Which was great because it's just kind of reassuring what I'm doing right now, which is like taking care of my physical body and trying to be more grounded and present in my body, as you know, right? So yeah, it was great. I feel a lot calmer, where I feel like I had some pent up like stress and tension from the week that I maybe hadn't known. So thank you.
Yay, Haley. I want to celebrate you so much because as you said before, like the human design experience experiment is totally new to you. And somebody, who's an OT, somebody who has ADHD, listening to your sacral is like, what? My
Yeah.
mind is way too busy. My mind is going a mile a minute. How can I stop and listen to my sacral? And I also loved how you said before how I was just faking it. I was going through the motions, but I didn't believe it. It felt very superficial. And that's why I love connecting the meditation, the mantra, and the movement, because it's almost like you're training your body. You're telling your body that it's safe to believe this. And because you're moving your body with it in kind of like in your own zone, it's like you're teaching your body this new affirmation, this new belief, and you're encoding it into your body. And so I love to in the future maybe do some encoding sessions where we do dance, we do encode our body with a new message, and we tune it in with our heart. We connect to our own heart frequency through the new belief system that we're ready to anchor into our body. So I'm curious, Haley, is that something that you'd be interested in?
Oh yeah.
Yes, and these are classes that I'm really excited to be bringing into the Soul Prism community and into the Hive Mind as well. Gina and Haley are both in the Hive Mind membership or mastermind, and so I just, I love the support. I love supporting, and I love what it is that we are building. So I want to thank you, ladies, so very much for being here today and being part of the mastermind.